Good morning.
How are you, Professor? Good morning. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. How are you?
Perfect.
Ah. My taxi took me to street 114. And this is 115, right?
115. Yes, yes.
We were just at the Sehat Hotel.
Sehat Hotel?
Yeah, it's just nearby, right?
Oh, yeah, perfect. Today our presentation is
in my WhatsApp.
you're from India, yes? Pakistan. Language is
Urdu.
Urdu. Hey, India.
Not same,
Okay.
but can understand. Little bit same.
You first time in Uzbekistan?
Yes, in Central Asia, second time. Last time Moscow, Russia. Now Uzbekistan. Let's see. But I work in Malaysia. You went to Malaysia?
Mm-hmm.
Hmm?
No.
It's a beautiful country. You must come. Good morning. How are you?
Thank you.
I'm good. Thank you.
Загрузки is the download.
Загрузки.
Yes, basically. This one.
This one.
Yes.
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 Hmm. Please, yeah, bring them faster.
You're living in Malaysia and working, yes?
Yes, I work in Malaysia.
What weather now?
In Malaysia?
Weather.
In Malaysia?
Yes.
Very hot.
What?
Why it didn't download?
It's download. Oh,
Yeah, no download.
sorry. Just we need it.
Yes, yes, can you? Computer week 6.
In
Camera no. Good morning, Professor. Good morning. How are you? Fine, thank you. How was your night? It was wonderful. I walked for 2 kilometers from my hotel to the restaurant, finding the way. So it was good. So, sir, possible questions for our interview with you? Okay. For your best preparations, you can. What are the managers of visit? Could you please share the first impression? Okay. What topics are interesting and during the scientifics? What topic? Scientific seminar. Okay. Question about the scientific about the management research in the field of the documentation. Do you have any experience working in the scientific? No, Central Asia, no. What is the role of the opportunity to scientific? Okay. Any question? Okay. When do you have? Here, I think after lunch, we can just record it, half an hour, then you can just continue seminar. Is it okay? Okay. After lunch. Today is what? Wednesday. I have a dinner appointment at 6 o'clock. So I hope we can finish everything. Okay. After lunch immediately is not the right time. Okay. Maybe now. What is it? 4 o'clock. 4 o'clock. Okay. Okay. We will see, but definitely today. No worries.
Rispondo.
Non mi ascolta.
Eu que trabalhamos no telefone, ficamos banheiro no posto. O telefone era para banheiro no posto. Ecrã. Eu ando Today you show only this presentation or
All files are here.
all files?
Yeah.
I need, when you change the files, can you share it from Zoom? Can you do it?
How?
Now this one, and in Zoom, open it. Here is this
Share
one is
screen.
share screen, and open this one.
Okay.
And for example, if you open another file,
Okay, just share from here.
this one, if you open, before you need to open the file. This file, and you need this one, tap this and share this one and this one. Okay. Okay. Can you
Share screen here.
Okay. Now is a presentation. Yes.
Yeah, how do you want to do?
Okay. Okay. Perfect. Thank you.
So you are going to accept everyone who is available on Zoom now, right?
Yes. 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 I will show the screen. That's right.
Morning.
Если так пройдет, мы так прожили все. Чем живет? Это такая нормально. Смотри, как у меня тут подсказывает. Нашла. Вам ничего не почему? Да, нет, я хотела. Я как бы не особо. Я как бы не особо стала. Это не так, поэтому себя хумили. Но они не похожи. Я даже ну что, более поближе. У нас вот эта циркуляция насколько. Что это не было теме сюда крепкий светлый слабый. Я тут такой холодный воздух. Мы закрыли этим, пена какая-то ремонтажка, да, которая засыхает, но она все равно пустая. Зачем?
Very good morning. Where are the rest? Are they moving?
No, just they see for you if I'm
Time is running. We have very limited time. How are you, my dear?
hospitality. Let's go.
I think you are his first review. We didn't meet yesterday. What's your good name? Hello. Sirajuddin. Sirajuddin, wonderful name. And you are PhD student? Or staff?
He's our staff member.
Staff.
Yeah. Может, вы требуете, да?
From PhD. What's the time now? What's the time now?
5 to 10.
5 to 10. Anyone of you take responsibility, please stop me at 11:45 anyhow.
Okay.
Because I try to attend the PhD viva, I cannot run away. When we talk, we lose time actually. I cannot look at time. 11:45, you give me a shift, join that. Good morning, Bruna.
Yes, Malaysia chocolate from chocolate kingdom from Malaysia. Do you like them, by the way?
I want to be a person.
I like them with friends.
Even my kids also doesn't like it. So, I have 2 kids, one is 8, one is 4.
8 and 4.
Both are boys, both are boys. So we have 3 boys at home. She's lucky to have 3 boys.
She's a lucky boys. I have 1 boy and 2 girls. You don't know?
Me too.
Yes.
We were looking for the second girl, but Almighty Allah. And in our friends, doctor said, okay, see you next year for the 3rd one. I said, no. Can you give me a guaranteed later? 3rd one will be a girl, then I can try. So, before we start about the mastering scientific writing, which is the actual topic, where we will be going through the different contents of the paper. What I didn't teach this is,
이해하기 쉬워요.
concentration.
이해하냐? 이해하겠느냐? 이끼로니 없으면 되거든.
Like we did yesterday.
Guys, turn off your microphone.
부모님들 쉬 보는 게 나오게 그다음 어떻게 봐야 돼? 누구야?
Bem. Надо кого-то позвать.
Seeking also.
Can mute the admin also on the first one.
What?
The first one, admin also you can put on mute.
But admin is you?
Not admin, I think from IT, the person.
No, what you tell, they hear.
Okay.
So,
Okay, yeah, but thank you. So, I wanted to share some files with you. Like yesterday, what we said, when we submit the paper, then it should be along with the supporting files such as the cover letter. So I will be, before we go through for this, I will be connecting to the previous one. The first time when we submitted the paper along with the cover letter, and when we received the comments, we revised the paper. How we revised the paper, the first version, along with the correction later. Okay. So we have to name the file, rename the files accordingly also. So I will show you what exactly happened with my ecotourism paper from first revision till sixth revision so far. Okay, so I will show you those and then we will begin with this. Are we good? The sample here I am going to show the actual one.
Sure. Then the first one. Do you need any help?
I think we are good. So, as you can see on the screen, so this is the paper, the first version when we submitted to the journal. So simple, let me go through. Now, you can see the title, you can see the abstract, you can see the keywords, then we have introduction, then we have literature review and hypothesis development. Okay, how the hypotheses are developed, and okay. Then, because this journal, as per the author's guideline, we cannot include the table or figure in the paper, in the manuscript. It should be an additional file, separate file. So here is the what we have to confirm. Where should be the figure 1? Okay, and what is the figure 1 all about? So figure 1 normally after the literature review, before the methodology, is always a conceptual framework. Okay, which shows the hypothesis, which shows the relationship, which shows the different constructors, the variables, independent, dependent, mediator, moderator, control, etc. Then we have a methodology. Okay, also you have to check very carefully to the journal that what sort of methodology is required in what way. Some journals doesn't ask subsection in the methodology. Some journals have protocol. If you are not clear, if you are confused, I'm submitting to this journal, but I'm not sure what type of methodology I should follow. It's better to go and check the previous published paper in the journal. Easy. So we can adopt that practice because those papers are already published, well accepted. So we should follow that practice. In this journal, methodology starts from instrumentation, the questionnaire, the survey which we used actually. So explanation of the survey, as you can see, there are lots of citations. Survey we didn't create actually, survey we adapt from previous sources. Okay, so there were how we measured it on 5-point Likert scale. There were 12 key construct using 12 key meant variables. So there were 12 variables actually. So even though sometimes the conceptual framework is missing from the paper, still we can identify how many constructs are available, are being used in the paper through literature review, because hypotheses are developed. In hypothesis, always the very first variable is an independent variable. The last variable is dependent variable. As we can see, hypothesis 2b, policies and regulation positively affect tourist PEBI. What is PEBI? Perceived environmental behavior intention. Perceived environmental behavior intention. Okay, so PEBI, we can use the abbreviation, but make sure that you have already discussed the abbreviations in the first. That PEBI stands for what? Even though WHO, UNWTO is well-known abbreviations, but still the very first time we have to explain completely. It's a simple like WHO, World Health Organization. So World Health Organization in bracket WHO. One time later, you can use WHO. Methodology. So instrumentation, then we have a data collection. That's it. Because in this journal, only these two subsections are required actually, which includes everything. Then we have results and the findings. As you can see in the results and findings, we have number of tables and figures also. Make sure that you confirmed what place the table 1, 2, 3 or consecutive table should come, where the figure 1 is required. Place is the most important. Also, when you are mentioning table 1, table 2, figure 1, figure 5, whatever, make sure that you explain, you use the word table 1 in the context also, such as here, this is table 1 about, table 1 should be about demographics of the respondent. Okay, so table 1 about here, the demographic profile of the respondent is detailed in table 1. But in this paragraph, we have already explained in a shallow paragraph, like, okay, what is the percentage of our respondents, male or female, from which nation? If we have collected the data from international tourists, then of course nationality is required. But if all the tourists are from Uzbekistan, no nationality is required, because we focus only on domestic tourists. All the respondents were domestic, Uzbek. No need to ask the nationality even. So normal demographics are gender, age, education, marital status, income, education level, and if we are carrying forward some study related to travel or to a destination, then travel related information is also required. Like, you travel alone, you travel with someone. So with someone you can categorize actually. So travel solo, travel with a spouse. Spouse, why we are using the word of spouse? Why we are not saying wife? Because spouse can be a girlfriend, it can be a boyfriend. So if we say wife, then it's like confirming that you are just wife, but not necessarily we always travel with wife. Okay. I'm giving an example. Okay, I travel alone or with my family only. Travel with family have a different meanings also. So you have to be very careful. Travel with the family, with the kids. Okay, I travel with my family along with my father, my parents also. So it's extended family actually. Okay, and traveling with the kids, small kids, traveling with teenagers, traveling with the adults is a different also. Then spending, how long you will be staying in the destination? Probably one time, 1 day, 7 days, 1 month, 2 weeks, 7, etc. So this type of information is required. Then we use SEM, structured equation modeling, for this paper. Then discussion and conclusion. So conclusion includes separate headings of implications also. Implications, practical implications, theoretical implications, policymaker implications, and then ending the paper with limitations and avenue for future research. And then we have the site, the references. So this is the very first draft which was submitted. Very first draft. Along with this, the first draft was submitted along with the cover letter. So cover letter will be seen by, or even the manuscript will be seen by managing editor actually. In the manuscript, in the paper, anywhere we cannot give a hint or cannot include individual's identity. It has to be anonymous paper. Okay, because it will be sent to the reviewers. If we are using somewhere GTH, Teles University, XYZ, something, we are giving a hint that this paper came from Malaysia, this paper came from this university, this paper came from one person, that's unethical act actually. Immediately paper will be rejected. So anonymous paper actually, anonymous file. But this journal also asks, when you are submitting, submit 2 files actually. One with anonymous, means no names of the authors, the second with author's detail. Okay, so as you can see, the file name was manuscript anonymous, because the second file which we submitted, manuscript with author's details. So on the very first page, title, all the author's details, affiliations, then again title, abstract, keywords, introduction, and so on. But this file which I have showed you is an anonymous file actually, because most of the journal ask for anonymous files along with this cover letter. So cover letter, these samples are the template I will be sharing with you along with all those three PowerPoint slides which I have discussing and will be discussed tomorrow. So we have guest editor because it was a special issue. Okay, if it's not a special issue, then it has to be editor-in-chief, managing editor, associate editors. We have to be very humble, very respectful actually. Okay, so have to be very polite. Then Journal of Ecotourism, and this is the theme. Is it?
You didn't share. Just one.
I thought I shared the folder.
Cover letter. Yes.
Yes.
This one and share.
So if we are submitting to the normal issue means not a special issue, then only dear editor-in-chief and the journal name or the designation or even the name of the person, dear Professor XYZ, all those details are available on the website. Actually, so to who we are targeting, to who we are directing this letter actually. Normally, when we are not sure, managing editor, it's better to go for the top tier chief, editor-in-chief. Is the top in the journal hierarchy. Then, dear Professor XYZ, the name, then editor-in-chief, the journal name. But as here we have submitted the paper for a special issue, dear guest editor, because there were 5, 6 guest editors. We don't want to use the name. Then, Journal of Ecotourism, this is the theme. There is always a theme for a special issue actually. So theme and then journal. We wish to submit an original research article entitled, this is the title of our paper, in for consideration by the journal of this special issue and so on. We confirm that this work is original and it was not submitted anywhere else and it is not under consideration by any other journal. This statement we have to report. Means we are confirming that we are following ethical acts. We didn't submit this paper anywhere else, or even though the paper was rejected from somewhere else, we are submitting somewhere else, but actually rejected was the history. We don't need to report here.
But we report on the present time.
Why? Because it was rejected, right? So it's not under consideration anymore. When it was under review, we didn't submit here. We submit here only once that process is complete. So why to report here? You understand?
Yeah.
We don't, otherwise paper is rejected from 5 journals. So okay, and then the current research examined and validated the integrated conceptual model of the pro-environmental behavior intention of a Chinese domestic tourist to ecotourism destination in China. So here in the second paragraph, you have to talk about what exactly is the most novel thing you have done. What is this research all about? Again, don't copy your abstract over here. Okay, you can use AI for that. Okay, because this is again, you cannot use the AI for content generation, but getting the points. So 300 words abstract to 250 words abstract you put in the ChatGPT or any of the AI and ask, get me the actual content, the novel thing of this paper in a 30 words. Okay, because yes, because here I want to use only 30-35 words to talk about my paper. Okay, the rest all is general. This one is a general. This one is the actual thing actually. So this template I keep on using for last 10 years. Okay, this looks very elegant, very nice, very clean. I know where to change actually. So when I'm going to share the file, I won't share this file. I will share something with highlighted. Okay, so the highlights with the yellow highlights only you need to change. The rest all will be the same. This one, we wish to submit original manuscript, in title will be the same. Only the title will change. Okay, editor-in-chief will be the same. Editor-in-chief will remain same actually. But the name will change. The journal name will change. Okay, and then this particular paragraph normally changes completely because every paper is different from one to other. And then the last paragraph is talking about that we understand that this paper fits well to the journal scope. We believe that manuscript is appropriate for the publication by this journal, for this journal, and so on. And please address all the corresponding concerning to this manuscript at this email. There are 4 authors, 5 authors actually, but we don't want you to talk and tell everything to anyone. I am the corresponding author for this paper, so please talk. And this is where we can include our email ID. Because this is a cover letter and we are writing this letter to the editor. Okay, this will not be shared with reviewers. And this is not need to be anonymous. Okay, and then thank you for considering the manuscript and so on. Now I want to show you the very first version, revised version. Okay, the first file, that how the paper was revised. As you can see here, revised version R1, revised version R2, manuscript R3, R4, R5. R means revised. Okay, so first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, all the 6 version I'm going to show you here. But when this revised version was submitted, there was additional file responding to the reviewer comments. Okay, so here we go. Again, see, the paper is still the same. Okay, but we receive a major review. There are lots of changes actually which were incorporated in this paper. But no changes can be seen here. Right? Why? Because it's a clean version. Normally we have to highlight. Let me check. R2. Just check the file name. It's manuscript revised version 2 or R2 actually. Again, the paper looks the same, but actually it's not same.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So we didn't change every word. We changed by looking at the reviewer's comment. Reviewer comment was in the introduction that the last paragraph is not clear. Or you completed, you finished, you ended, or you closed the chapter 1 or section 1 introduction, halfway something is missing. So we came up with another paragraph by concluding the chapter 1 actually. Then in the literature review also that the citations are slightly old. Try to improvise the citations. And then few things like a theory. There are 2 theories were used, TPB and TIB. Okay, so where's the integration of both is totally missing. So we came up with some sort of relationship between both theories. So as you can see, there are lots of highlights. Okay, there are some minor actually which we don't highlight also, which are not the comments of the author, comments of the reviewer, but we identified can be corrected. Some grammatical, some words, some context. And even if we are using or including a new reference, also we can add here and we can highlight. And then the tables. So again, author's guideline of the journal actually that keep the tables and figure at the end or keep in a separate file.
That's your mind.
Nordgumi, işler blokları, Keyli Beket, Pushkin, Kromatli Vizyoçuk, Yaşlı, Angel, Yayınçık, Sonuçları, Kendiri.
Okay. So you asked that we use so many references. Yes, because references are required actually. But in the next version actually, lots of references were removed. Okay, because we realized those references are old. Also, as per the reviewer comments actually, okay, update the reference. Okay, and also the word limit. Okay, so we need to shrink, we need to concise lots of things. But again, it was still initial version. And then the tables you must create, you must draft by your own, don't copy from here or there. Normally in SPSS actually what students used to do, just copy the entire table, we don't. Create your own table draft so it looks clean. Okay, and you can control the document and precise. Okay, so demographic variables or demographic characteristics of the respondent, gender, age, marital status, education level, monthly salary or monthly income, making sure that and also the region, which part of China the tourists are from, because we have already explained in the methodology the tourists, the respondent for this paper are Chinese. So we did not ask the nationality, but we wanted to ask which region, because China is huge. Okay, so even though the people from different countries are different, the people from same country can be also different, from different tribes. So maximize the information which you want to capture.
And the questionnaire was conducted in China.
Because there are two authors from China. So we collected the data from China. because one of the ecotourism destination in China, where this study was carried forward.
Then you or the authors went to the destination or it could
Data can be collected online, data can be collected on site, it depends actually. Okay. And then of course the table 2 talks about the measurement model. Measurement models includes the loading, factor loading. So we are going through all these things, all these items today in my topic actually. But this one is what I left yesterday actually. Okay, just supporting because I was keep on talking about the different version of the papers and so on. So okay, and this table also includes the loadings, the factor loadings of the each items, reliability, Cronbach alpha of the constructs. Then we have a discriminant validity. We have a discriminant validity using STMT ratio because we use SCM. So it gives lots of details. But if you are using SPSS, then just normal validity or reliability is more than enough. Results of hypothesis testing. We had several hypotheses, direct and indirect hypothesis. We also use mediator and moderator. So making sure if you are using some abbreviation relationship U to PEBI, we must have explained what exactly U stands for in our paper and also under the table note. Okay, that what exactly. So it's like giving some hints actually. What otherwise U for what? Understanding U is so many meanings of U actually. And then this is the conceptual framework. Remember the figure 1 at the end of the literature review. So conceptual framework actually you have to make a very clean, very nice, making sure that every relation is clear. So here you can see A, B, C. Hypothesis 1, 2, 3. Hypothesis 1A. Because why we put A, B, and C actually because we were having too many hypotheses actually. To reduce the number, we gave another coding of A, B, and C.
in international standards, yes, we have several hypotheses, but our professors usually teach us we have only one hypothesis, hypothesis 0 and hypothesis 1, if I'm not mistaken. What is the difference?
That's called null hypothesis, alternative hypothesis. Okay, 0
We
and 1.
reject or we agree with the hypothesis?
Yes, yes.
Practical standards, several.
Not one hypothesis actually. Not even a single study can be carried forward with one hypothesis. It's not possible. One thing. Second, what you are talking about 0 and 1, that's called null hypothesis and alternative hypothesis actually, which is the old story. If we are in 1990s, then yes. When I started learning about research, then yes actually, because that's a basic. Okay, which I will be touching in the methodology. When I start the PowerPoint, then yes. But let me focus on this.
Yeah, this is the more style.
Yes, this is if most of my PhD students also, most of degree, masters, whoever is focusing on research during their dissertation, thesis also, we just go for this. Only go for this actually, direct hypothesis. No need of alternative or null or anything. Just focus on what relationship you are checking. How exactly the hypothesis. These are assumptions, right? These are assumptions that this thing will have an effect on this thing.
Yeah.
Okay. I just keep my words because I want to focus on this now. About the hypothesis, we will be talking more in detail when we touch the literature review. Okay, so in the hypothesis actually, so when I'm a reviewer of any of the paper, actually I just read the abstract and jump directly to the framework because frameworks explains everything. First of all the title, then abstract, then framework. If I go through this, can understand 50% what exactly have been done in this paper. How many constructs are there? How many hypotheses are there? Is there any mediator or moderator or so on? Because by looking at the are there any control variables or so on? Because looking at this, we can understand what we are expecting in the findings, what we were expecting in the methodology. Okay, so that thing is lacking, that thing is missing, means that's a major lacking in that particular section. Then after the finding from SEM, results of SEM, which shows the beta value, the p value, where we can, on this basis actually, we are rejecting or accepting the hypothesis. Okay, there are assumptions. The p value should be lesser than 0.05 only, then we can accept the hypothesis. If it's above, then we have to reject the hypothesis.
This is also created by SPS, right?
This one I created. This one I created actually. SPSS will not give you this model. Okay, but this is very easy actually. This is very, very easy. This is simple actually Microsoft Word. If you know, we just hide some. Okay. Why we are putting on these graphical representations, tables and figures lots of attention? Because this explains most of the things. Because the first impression is what? Before I talk, actually my first appearance, actually that how this person looks like. The same way over paper. Okay, before the person is reading the paper, it's looking at the how it is structured. Okay, it's not justified, it's going up and down here and there, the tables is not clean, the figures are not clean. Okay, so it gives it's already we are asking the reviewer to get a bad mood on. Okay, so this is
What did you say the name?
SEM, structured equation modeling. But this is a advanced version of analysis. Okay, if you focus on SPSS, that's more than enough also, because there are different types of research. It depends what research you are carrying forward.
We see the framework of this. You at your framework at the beginning after the abstract?
No, after the literature review,
After the
where we have already, that's why the heading of my literature review is literature review and hypothesis development. Okay, so I started with the literature review, then I started constructing each hypothesis, such as the first hypothesis talks about perceived ecotourism usefulness to perceived environmental behavior intention. U2PEBI. U2PEBI actually, that's so understanding 2PEBI, then we explain. Okay, and we cannot come up with a hypothesis. Why? Because this study says something that there is a relationship, or this study says that the understanding has impact or effect on PEBI. We have to find out what is lacking. Of course, there are so many studies which have discussed about it, and also we have to connect back to the theory. So I showed you the very first version which paper was submitted. Then I showed you the revision 1 and revision 2. Now let's explore the correction files actually. The response from the author to the reviewer's comments. Okay. So let's go through 1 or 2 because we don't have a time to go through all those 6 versions actually. Definitely the 6th version looks like this actually. We have lots of yellow highlighted areas, green highlighted areas, and so on. But the most important is so this is a table of correction R1. Table of correction R1. Table of correction. Well, this is just a first paragraph where we are addressing. So most of the time they copied from cover letter, but revised, paraphrased actually. We sincerely thank you for allowing us to submit revised version of our paper titled this. So we have to acknowledge, thank you. They could reject our paper even. But they said, no, your paper is good, your paper is a novel, but it cannot be accepted with this current status. You have to revise the paper. Okay, revise the paper. So, okay, thank you. We appreciate the encouraging and valuable comments in the response to our manuscript, even though sometimes we don't like the comments. But all the comments are always encouraging. Why they are giving us a comment? To improvise the paper. That you have these lackings in your paper. Okay, you didn't touch this, you left over this, or you overpromised something, and so on. 2 column, comments, response.
It's like report what you did according their.
We have to report. If this report, in your words, if this report is very in detail, well explained, respond each comment in detail, clearly, no confusion, I tell you, take my words, most of the time, reviewer just check this report. They don't get into the paper again. Of course, the reviewer have spent time. As a reviewer, I spent few hours on reviewing first version of the paper. Okay. When I get the revised version, I don't spend that much of time. Okay. First of all, I go through this file. Okay. I say, okay, what was the comment? Okay, these are my comments. Yes, because it was 2 months back.
And where are corrections? You search for where are the corrections?
That's why I showed my revised version. It's a yellow highlighted, green highlighted, or we use the track changes. Okay, so when after reading this, I go to the revised version of the paper and I see, okay, the green highlighted area, how it has been corrected actually. And then we said, okay, thank you. But sometimes we give the review again. Out of my 7 comments, only 6 are responded. Okay, or even 7 comments which I have raised or responded nicely, corrected, but I believe there is something missing. A new comment to the author also possible. And due to that, we are having a 6th version. And also, it is not necessary the second time review will be done by the same reviewer. It can be a new reviewer also. So for new reviewer, it will be the first time reviewing the paper. Happens. Okay, one of